Previously, in the anime, because of a new cafe in the area, business for our Café Familia has gotten down. They were even using live streams to attract customers from social media. Because the worker of that new cafe, Ririka, had full intention of making Café Familia close down, so Shirajiko came up with new dishes for the menu, and Uka made new outfits for Halloween theme. Riho did the main job of attracting customers by revealing her identity on a TV show that she's the fallen child celebrity, and now she's working on a cafe. So now the situation took a sharp turn and Ririka's cafe was on the verge of closing, and she was begging on live streams to her customers to keep coming to her cafe. So Riho felt bad and went there to help them out secretly. She meant to make Ririka angry so that she would speak how hard she's working, but Ririka even spit out that she would crush Café Familia. And unfortunately, the live stream was on and her fans heard everything, so the fans got divided into two factions, who thinks Ririka is good and another who thinks she's trash. So the situation wasn't looking that good for Ririka and her cafe, and their business was already going down. Even the old geezer scolded her for speaking their plan to crush Café Familia online. That got their reputation in shambles, so Fuwa chose to close the cafe and gave them 3 days to leave. More so Ririka and other will pay for demolition as well. Their Riho saw her and other girls came to Café Familia to have some pinchos before leaving. And looking at them, Uka and Shirajiku felt bad that the old geezer is kicking them out and even pushed them into debt, so maybe Hayato could help them out. As for Ririka, she was fired from the agency because she enraged Fuwa, and Ririka felt broken because she had worked hard to become an idol and now everything she worked for is gone. She has nowhere to go, and no job to earn, but she still has some loyal fans, so she should work harder for them, and Riho told her she would help her out. So be carefree and concentrate, which triggered her clingy button. And then, Hayato returned from shopping and saw the heavenly sight in the living room, so Uka threw a slipper at him for staring, but that's not his fault. Why were they even naked in living room in the first place? Bro got a point, so Shirajika told the flashback that they were having a meeting together on how to convince Hayato to help these five, but their Amy came with coffee and stumbled down. Their Valentina kicked her and somehow Amy spins the coffee on everyone. It's too hard to follow no matter how you try to understand. But right now, why are these five in the house? So to keep it short, they will stay here from now on. Then later they explained the situation in detail and all the girls introduced about themselves to Hayato. Then Hayato told them they could take the 2 free rooms to stay here, but only for a short while. Still, that was enough for them and the girls had expected this already. So they divided the jobs and partners and goes together with each other on their hobbies as well. Their Riho reminds Ririka to start her live stream as well, but her face was pale, so Riho told her not to cry in front of her fans. Hayato advises the same. Which reminds Riho how she had cried in front of Hayato and got embarrassed and burst out at him for no reason. Then again, having too many ladies means the house has become a gossip center with annoyance. Amy and Valentina fights with a pillow, and Miyomi reads manga while occupying the toilet for no reason. Poor Hayato was on the verge of a leakage outside, and in the bath, the place got cramped with too many girls getting in at once. Those girls used all the hot water and the owner of the house had to bathe with cold water. Owner is having a hard time in his own house. And later someone gave alcohol to Shirajiku and she went nuts again. Mao saw this and wanted to join in on the fun with them as well. And their Uka came running out of the kitchen and crushed the guy's face, accidentally though. Then afterwards, Hayato assured Ririka about her debt. But there's one more thing she wanted to talk to him about. And the jealous person saw from the sidelines and asked Mao if Ririka has a boyfriend. So far there's none. And Mao saw the problem and knew these girls are worried because Ririka has huge racks that could steal Hayato away, and Shirajiku was the same, big racks. And Riho and Akane tried to act cool like that doesn't matter. Then outside, Amy and Valentina were fighting each other, and Amy coughed up blood. Uka got worried but Amy was just acting. The blood was just tomatoes. And they showed how Amy did this, so Uka gave them a nice scolding for a while. Then later at dinner time, Ririka was talking too comfortably with Hayato and asked for some advice, so Hayato took her to his room to talk there. And Riho and Akane got curiously jealous and came to eavesdrop on them. They have their own competition, but they called truce for now. And their Ma drops in for the fun as she knew this would happen, so she told them to focus on the 2 upstairs. They were talking as if they were getting down to some dirty business. Riho and Akane didn't want to believe it, but when Ririka said it's her first time, they barged in and saw they were talking about Ririka's new business. Hayato was planning to do something about that cafe Fuwa owns, and their Shirajiko comes in all drunk again, so Mao again got into the mood to join the fun, and the next day, Ririka goes to negotiate with Fuwa about the restaurant, but buying a restaurant is too much for a 19-year-old, so Ririka burst into laughter because she already secured the money from Hayato. Ririka claimed she just cried a little and Hayato offered to help with the debt, but it was all a plan. Hayato was lending them money, not giving them for free. Because helping 5 girls is what his grandmother would do, so Ririka puts up the act that she's secretly planning to bankrupt Hayato by approaching him nicely and taking advantage of him. And to make Fuwa believe her completely, she started to badmouth Hayato's grandmother, which is why she apologized to Hayato's grandmother right after talking with Fuwa. Fuwa hates Hayato and his family too much, and he gave the cafe of 12 million to Ririka at half the price. Hayato was impressed by Ririka's acting, and now, Ririka even made an IOU for the money Hayato lent her as legal proof, so all girls were ready to repay the debt with Ririka, and they even found a good house for themselves. Wonder which house they chose. Anyway, giving them all of the savings had made Hayato so distressed that he kept staring at his check. But looking at the bank account, this diligently won't increase the money, so the girls were worried about him. And right here, our episode ends for today. By the way, if you haven't watched the previous episodes, the playlist link is in the description. Please go there to watch episode 3 to understand the storyline perfectly, and if you watched the previous episodes, then like the video and subscribe the channel to support me. Until next time.